on EXP25 Excel Chapter 1 Cumulative Medical. I will guide you step by step. You can easily understand the instructions and complete your assignment without any confusion. If you need any help with my IT lab assignment, quizzes, simulation exams, or a complete course, you can contact me anytime on my WhatsApp and email. My contact details are available in the description and also showing on my laptop screen. I will provide you full support for accounting, finance, Excel, Word, PowerPoint, MS Access, maths, statistics, computer science courses, programming languages, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, C Sharp, website development using different frameworks and CMS, WordPress, Webflow, Wix. You can also contact me for your complete course at very reasonable price. Now let's start the today assignment and go through step by step. As you can see that there are 27 total questions of this assignment. You can see that here is the title of assignment, EXP25 Excel Chapter 1 Cumulative Medical, and you can also see that the project description, you can read it out carefully. Now let's move to the question number 1. Start Excel, download and open the file named EXP25 Excel Chapter 1 Cumulative Medical. A grader has automatically added to your last name to the beginning of file name. Basically in this question you will have to download the Excel workbook from my IT lab dashboard. I have already downloaded this file from my IT lab dashboard. As you can see that here is the file. First we enable the editing and then move to the instruction file. Now move to the question number 2. You notice that the 3/22/2027 vision expense on row 10 is a duplicate of expense on row 8. You will delete the duplicate row. Select and delete row 10 that contains the duplicate 3/22/2027 vision data. First we select and delete row 10. Now move to the workbook and select row 10 and then right click and press delete. The row are deleted. The row 10 are deleted that contain the duplicate values. Now move to the question number 3. You want to move the 3/2/2027 pharmacy expense to be listed in chronological order. Select and cut row 11 that contains the 3/2/2027 pharmacy expense and insert cut cells on row 5. In this question, first you will select and cut row 11 that contain 3/2/2007 pharmacy expense. Now move to the workbook and select row 11 and press the cut icon, or you can cut out using Control X. And then you can the next part of this question is select and cut row 11 and insert cut cell on row 5. Now move to the workbook, select row 5, right click and insert cut cell. You can see that the cut cell is inserted on above row. Now move to the instruction file. You can see that the question number 4 You decide to insert a column for additional data. Insert a new column A and type expense hash in cell A3. Insert a new column A and type expense in cell A3. Now let let's move to the workbook. Select column A and insert a new column. Here is the name expense hash in cell A3. In cell A3 we have type expense hash. Simply you can copy and paste the column name in cell A3. Now let's move to the question number 5. In the new column you want to create a coding system consisting of the year, month, sequential numbering for the expenses. Type 2027-03-01 in cell A4 and use the autofill to complete the expense number to the range A5 to A11. Now let's move to the workbook. In cell A4 type 2027, or simply you can copy and paste this text in these cells and use autofill to complete the expense number to the range A5 to A11. You can drag down and you can see that all the values are appear in the selected cells. Now let's move to the question number 6. After filling in the expense number, you will increase the column width to display the data. Change the width of column A to 12. Basically in this question you will have to increase the width of column A. Now move to the Excel workbook. You can select the column A and right click and insert column width 12 and then press OK. We will have moved to the question number 7. The worksheet should have title above the data. Type March 2027 medical expenses in cell A1 and merge and center the title over the range A1 to J1. Now we move to the Excel workbook and type March 2027 medical expense in cell A1. Here is the cell A1. You have type the same text in this cell, or simply you can copy and paste the same text in cell A1. And the second task is merge and center the title. You have select the range A1 to J1 and select the merge and center drop down and select merge and center. You can see that the text are in the center of this table. Now move to the question number 8. The title would look more professional with some formatting. Apply bold green font color and 14 pt font size to the title in cell A1. Basically in this question you have to apply bold and green font color and 14 font size to the title in cell A1. And now let's move to the workbook. Select A1 cell, and in the home tab you have select B bold. As you can see that the text has been bold. And now we have set the color of text. You can choose the green color from this drop down and apply 14 pt font size to the title. In home tab you can select the drop down and press 12. As you can see that the font is changed. Now let's move to the question number 9. You decide to replace lab with laboratory to provide a more descriptive expense name. Find all occurrences of lab and replace them with laboratory. And basically in this question you will have to replace the lab with laboratory, and second task is find all occurrences of lab and replace them with laboratory. Simply you can find the lab in this table and replace them with laboratory. Now let's move to the Excel workbook, and you can see that here is the workbook. In home tab you can select the find and select drop down, and in the field find what you have type lab replace with laboratory. So simply you can copy the laboratory text and paste into replace with field, or simply you can type same text in replace with and press the replace all. You can see that all the changes are applied. Now let's move to the next question. The worksheet contains spelling error that need to be identified and corrected. Check the spelling in the worksheet and correct all spelling errors. Now let's move to the sheet. Basically in this question you will have to check the spelling in the worksheet and correct those errors. Now let's move to the workbook. Here you can go to review tab, then select spelling, then hit yes and press the button change all. And again press the button change all. As you can see that spell check complete. Press OK. Now move to the question number 11. You can see that you are ready to enter the first formula to calculate the adjusted rate. Calculate the adjusted bill in cell F4 by subtracting the EMT not covered from the amount billed. Copy the formula to the range F5 to F11. Basically in this question you will have to calculate the adjusted bill in cell F4 by subtracting the EMT not covered from amount billed. Now let's move to the workbook and see that adjusted build column in cell F4 you have enter a formula equals to D. D is representing amount bill minus AMT not we have subtract amount billed from AMT not and then press enter. You will see that adjusted bill is calculated 1245.6. Copy the formula to the range F5 to F11. You can simply drag and down to the cell. The all adjusted bill are calculated in the cell. Now let's move to the question number 12. Next you will calculate the amount owed in cell I4 by subtracting the insurance paid and copy from the adjusted bill. Copy the formula to the range I5 to I11. Basically in this question you will have to calculate the amount owed in cell I4 by subtracting the insurance paid and copy from the adjusted bill. Now let's move to the workbook and you can see that amount owed column in cell I4 you will have to write a formula equals to F4 representing adjusted bill that I have already calculated minus insurance G4 and cell copy minus H4. We have subtracted adjusted bill, insurance and copy. You will see that the total amount owed 0. The next part of this question is copy the formula to the range I5 to I11. Now let's move to the workbook and simply drag down to the last cell. You can see that all amount owed values are displayed. Now let's move to the instruction file. Here is the question number 13. Finally, you will calculate the percentage paid of the adjusted bill. Calculate the percentage PD of adjusted bill in cell J4 by adding the copy and amount owed and then dividing that amount by the adjusted bill. Copy the formula to the range J5 to J11. Basically in this question you will have to calculate the percentage of adjusted bill in cell J4 by adding the copy and amount owed and then dividing that amount by the adjusted bill. Now move to the workbook. In the column PD of adjusted bill and you will have to write a formula in J4 equals to H4 representing the copy plus I4 is representing the amount owed divided by adjusted bill and hit enter. As you can see that the total value is are displaying in cell J4. The next part of this question is copy the formula to the range J5 to J11. Yes, simply you can drag and down to the last of column. As you can see that all the values are displaying. Now let's move to the question number 14. The first row of monetary value should be formatted with $sign and apply accounting number format to the range D4 to I4. Basically in this question, you will have to select the range and then go to home tab and select the accounting format. You can see that the accounting format are applied on those selected cells. We have now completed 14 questions of this assignment. If you need help with the remaining questions or want me to handle your complete course, you can contact me anytime through my WhatsApp or email. My contact details are available in the description and also showing on my laptop screen. I will provide you support for all types of assignment, quizzes, simulation exams. I have successfully handled courses for the students from Canada, USA, and many other countries. If you need any help with this task or your complete course, feel free to reach out. My contact details are available in the description and are showing on my laptop screen. Thanks for watching.